Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. This is Lorsen. This is a new mod map out by the Lort, 221.4 megabytes download. It is a place right in the heart of northern Germany, is what it says. There are some required mods which will download automatically. Decorative Details Pack by TrianglesTrouble, the Old Farm Package by DMI 20mm Normandy, the Modern Hay Storage by the Lort, Cowshed 3+3 by DMI 20mm Normandy, the Windmill by the Lort, the Half Timbered Farm Buildings by VertexDezign, and the Cafe by the Lort. So they're all added in anyway. And we'll talk about slot count straight away because the slot count on all three game modes is 1,383. You start with all the buildings, all the machinery, equipment. Obviously, you don't own the land on Farm Manager and start from scratch, but you can buy that. I'm going to show you a couple of pictures when we go around the map that I took. You can remove, once you own the land, you can remove all the buildings, you can remove the silage clamps, everything, decorative objects. Again, like I say, you'll see as we go around. It's a little bit dark in the shadows, I will say that, even when the sun comes right up, a little bit dark. But this is where we start. If we go to the map, it looks like this. It is an island with a little causeway running out to a smaller island over there, which again we'll get to later on. We're going to do a kind of anti-clockwise route round all the cell points. But on New Farmer, we start with plot 5 here, which has got the main farm on it. And we've got 2, 3, 4 and 6 as fields that we own too. Field prices go through the range from small field, like field 36 there, for 14 grand, through medium sized fields, 73, 252, up to some larger fields like field 33 at 715 grand. Grass pasture there for 333. So that's kind of, roughly what it's going to be. There's an additional crop type, and that's field grass. Field grass has been added in. That you can seed with a seeder. So we go there and look along the end next to grass, you've got field grass. That simulates growing grass, and then it gets harvested for its seeds, and the seeds get sold to people that want to sow grass seed. That's the point. So you seed it with a regular seeder, and you harvest it with a regular header. As you can see on the end there next to sorghum is the field grass. Now, it does say on the description, field grass is a new crop, which I've just said, soy drink and heat as new products. Heat we'll get to later on. Soy drink is a weird one. And correct me if I'm wrong, absolutely, when we go through this. If we go down to our prices and we scroll right the way down to the bottom, for field grass, heat, it says no selling points available, but heat is a thing, and soy drink, and it's 2 places there that will sell it. I haven't found anything or anywhere where I can make it, which is weird. I haven't found a production chain on the map. I'm going to talk about what the modder and the required mods have put in. I can't find anything to make soy milk, which is a bit bizarre. If we go into build mode, down to sheds, scroll along, we've got the required mods that are in here, and there's a couple that the Lort has put in as well. Silos, the same. We've got some silage clamps. We've got a modern hayloft, which again is part of the required mods, but these are all put in by the Lort. There was nothing under silo extensions, containers, tools. There's a jet wash put in by the Lort, and then farmhouses. We've got again required mods, and that one there, the half timbered farm building, is what we're going to look at first. That has got a silo built in, 400,000 litre, regular crop types, standard, not a multi-fruit, but it will take the field grass as well, the new crop type. So yeah, if you're looking for that silo, it's because it's under farmhouses. Then we go to productions. And under productions, we've got a few in here that have been added in. Cafe by the Lort, and then Windmill. But then these have been added in onto the map as well. That one's definitely been added in. I think it's to do with where the actual pallets spawn. It's just a modded version. There's no extra productions in that I could tell. But as we go around, I'm going to put some money in. We're going to buy every single production chain that we come across, because I honestly want to just check my own sanity about this soy drink situation. Anyway, what I didn't show you actually on the map was, if we go back to here, the verges of the map can be purchased for 9.86 million. but you can buy them. So all this bit up here, there's a harbour up the top here with a lot of open area. So if you wanted to put that in before you started, some sell points here, sell points there, and sell points there. It kind of takes all of that, encompasses the whole lot. So if you wanted to add some production chains and things at other locations, you could, but it's not cheap to buy. I meant to mention that. So, sleep trigger is around this side of the building, just there. Wardrobe trigger is around the back of the building, just there. If we open up the barn doors here, we do have lights. Where was the light switch? This side. Oh, that's what I just realised I haven't done. Hang on a second. Let's open that up. And put that on. There we go. That's better. So, light switch in here. Putting into the silo is done here. We've got one of our bits of equipment. Kipper trailer. That was the other thing that puzzled me somewhat, and you'll see in just a moment as well. A lot of puzzlement today on this map tour. There's no modded vehicles. So if we go into here and scroll down and look at our owned items, part of the 1,383, and go to medium tractors. That doesn't say mod, doesn't say modded in any way, shape or form. If I go up to vehicles and go along to, I think it's under medium tractors, is it? The series, where are the 7 TTV. That's not a mod, it's not modded. There's no option under there to change the colour of it or anything like that. We can change the configuration to warrior or off, but the colour of the Deutzfahr is like a dark green. It's very strange. So it's not available. You can't grab it out of there as a mod that the map makers put in. But I suddenly thought, is there something wrong in the colour on my screen? Is something wrong? Anyway, yeah. So you get this lovely kind of dark green, which is odd. So anyway, taking out of the silo is done here. A bit more of our start equipment and machinery is here. Plough, seeder, fertiliser and lime spreader. Actually, that's, yeah, that does that as well, doesn't it? The Bradale too. Let's open that door, because we're going to need the tractor we're going around. We only start with one tractor. Actually, we might as well talk about that while we're here as well. So we do just have the Deutzfahr. We've got the harvester we'll see in a moment. The trailer we've just seen. The header for the harvester we'll see in a moment. The plough is in the corner. Cultivator is just outside, I think. Power harrow. The seeder we've just seen. The power harrow is part of the seeder. Fertiliser spreaders, we've seen just seen both of those. Header, trailer and weight. So you don't start with a huge amount of stuff. See when we get out into the light. It's curious. Yeah, look at the colour of it. It's not black. It's like it's like green. Anyway, so we have got a seed tank, seed silo. We'll do mineral feed as well. This is full. 27,300 litres of seed in there. Harvester and header there. We've got a pig barn here. This doesn't have any pigs in it off the start. I need to open that door first before I let me into the dialogue box. There we go. So we'll do 25 pigs in here with your feed and bedding trigger just inside there. There's no manure heap, I've noticed, so you may need to put a manure heap in, because we have got cows as well here at the start farm. He says. So, just there, we've got 10 out of 200 potentially in here. They're tucked away. You don't start with any feed though, so whilst you have got 10 cows in there, you don't start with any feed. Around the back here, we've got a solid fertiliser silo. It holds 60,000. We start with 10,000, but there's capacity for more. We've got a chicken pen up the back here. We do also start with some chickens here. 10 out of 30. Again, they haven't got any feed at the moment, but we do start with some. The cultivator, I said I thought I'd seen it outside. It's just there. 3 silage clamps. And that's the start farm. So what we're going to do is hop out onto this little track here. And do our anti-clockwise route round. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. Before I hit the main road. It's weird, the track comes down here, well, sort of a track, and then kind of just fizzles out. Oh, that's what I didn't show you. I was talking about that and then didn't go any further, did I? Do the production chains. Animals, we've got the Cowshed and this Lorsen mod one there. That's because they're showing the picture there, but it's a slightly converted version. There's no extra capacities or anything like that. Same with Horses, there's a Lorsen mod one there, or two there. Pigs, the half timber building we've just seen. Sheep, old farm package, we'll get to that later. Chickens, we've just seen. Under decoration, I don't think there's anything under decoration. Oh, that's all the decorative details pack, which is part of the required mods. But the point, I was just looking at my notes and suddenly remembered. Under painting, we have got an absolute ton of extra textures here. So we scroll across here, all these various different concretes, then we keep going. Look at it all. Brick paving, cobbles, loads. There's tons of extra textures thrown in there as well. There was nothing under trees, but plants there was quite a bit, including all of these textures for the ground as well on here, which can be done on big area on big areas, big branches, foliage, that's mushrooms, maple leaves, thimbleberry, maiden fern. We've got stinging nettles. Then we've got a cultivated ground texture, a ploughed ground texture, stone small, medium and big, and then a whole load of plants as well. So there's a whole load of texture stuff in there as well. Just wanted to make sure I didn't forget to show that. So I need to put some money in, so bear with me a minute. I'll see you down the main road, which is just down here, and we'll have some money in, and I can buy all the production chains as we go around to check my sanity. That should do. Right, continuing on. Turning just here brings us into the biogas plant. The biogas plant is one of the ones where you need to buy the land to get the triggers to come up. You don't buy the biogas plant, technically. I mean, you are buying the biogas plant, but you get the land with it. Sometimes you buy the biogas plant, but you don't own the land. It all gets a little bit confusing sometimes. So, we are from the main farm. We just came down there onto that road. We're here at the biogas plant. 85,464 will get you the biogas plant. Triggers come up. It's a standard biogas plant. Regular things in, digestate out. There are 100 collectibles, I just remembered. Spoiler alert, there's one there. 1,000 each. Now, once you purchase this, you can sell the biogas plant if you want to, and put a different one in. Nice big open space, and because you're on the land, you can add extra stuff in, whether it be production chains. You can remove these silage clamps as well. It's kind of, it does give you a lot of scope. Some maps you get a lot of option to remove everything. Some you can remove some bits, but not everything. And you know, this one, there's a fair bit. Once you've owned it, you can actually remove. So if you do want to put other versions in, you can. So that's the biogas plant. Ooh, slow. The roads are fairly narrow, and you do get traffic coming both ways. So you sometimes, if you're using a slightly larger equipment, you might need to move over a little bit. Down the side here we have got, this is grain storage. Now it's not storage, it's actually a sell point, but it does say grain storage. That's the sell point just there. And then we've got a buying point around the back here. So for pretty much everything you can buy it, and that's just there. Now if we go up to the prices and we go up here, you'll see it says buying station. Pretty much everything on here to buy is cheaper than you sell it for. Sometimes you get a buying station and the prices are overinflated a bit more, but on this map, as you can see there with canola oil, you can buy it at 1,639, you can sell it 2,680, 2,664. So the buy price is cheaper than the sell price on a lot of stuff on here, which is quite handy. But anyway, so buy station is just there. There are modded versions and stuff as well, but this buy station has been put in. Come round here. We've got oil mill and cereal factory. If I recall correctly, the gate opens towards me. Just missed, that's good. So, like I said, I'm going to buy everything we come across, just to make sure. I'll turn all those off, actually. As far as I can tell, it's a standard oil mill, although it's showing in the build mode as a modded one. I think that's because of the placement of it, where the Lort wanted to put it. It's put the trigger and the pallet spawn point right out front. I think on the standard one is one around the back and one around the front, I'm sure. And then we've got the cereal factory here. Again, we'll buy this. check that. Yep. Honey raisins, oat, corn in, cereal out. Nothing for soy milk. I will keep checking. So from here, probably would have been easier if I reversed out, but that's all right. I do like the addition of all the textures. When a map maker has used lots of different textures on the map, if you're going to do landscaping yourself, it can be frustrating sometimes when the map maker's used a load of different textures but they're not available under the build mode. So when you are trying to blend things into the map when you're doing your own landscaping, you can't always do it. So it's good that it's all been added in. I like that. On our left hand side we have the fodder mixing facility. Which is just here. Now I don't think there's lights inside, I couldn't find any. We've got all these silos down the side. Putting in is done there. Taking out is done down the end there. If we click on this and buy this for 50,000, we can make hay of a 1-to-1 ratio. Grass in, hay comes out. We can do silage, again 1-to-1. Grass in, silage out. Or we can do total mixed ration. And yeah, that's pretty cool. So we can make our total mixed ration for animals, hay for sheep, or you can just give the sheep grass if you want to, but silage as well if you want to. So fodder mixer, just there, very handy to have. So we're now on the sort of towards the eastern edge, and because it's an island, we have got that berm that runs right around the outside. A lot of the Dutch maps we've had recently have had that. I say a lot of them, some of them. Let's just say. We do come away from that a little bit when we go out towards the harbour, and when we head out towards that little northern island, we go across that causeway. But coming up on our left, we've got the gas station, just there. On our right, I think the gate slides here. It does. We've got sugar mill and carpentry. Yep, sugar beet cut, sugar cane with sugar coming out. You watch me find it now as we go around. It's not going to be on the carpentry, but it doesn't hurt to check, does it? Unless the carpenters are making soy drink, I don't know. Nope, fairly standard for our carpentry. I kept checking, thinking if I missed one of the required mods. Was there one of those that's supposed to go in? But the fact it's showing the soy drink in the menu, and when you click on it to start the map, it will tell you if there's one of the required mods is missing, and do you want to install it? So it's not that. Vehicle shop is just here with the workshop trigger. This is also the reset point. So trigger there, and workshop trigger just to the side, and reset if you need to reset a vehicle for any particular reason. It will reset back to here. And then come to this honking great facility up here, massive, going right across the road. This is a grain mill. It's on the map as just mill, or the mill, but in is done there. Pallets spawn around the side there. This was another one I thought I'll have a wander around, because it might be there's another facility here that I haven't seen that I need to purchase. But it's absolutely huge. And you will produce your flour here. Wheat, barley, oat, and sorghum. Fairly straightforward, but it's a huge building. Continuing north and heading, I say across the top of the map, sort of across the top of the map. We do need to go further north when we go out to the harbour. It's a bit of a drive out from there. On our left, we've got a sell point coming up, which is the equestrian farm. I think one of the things we can sell there, I mean, a lot of the sell points, I think, take pretty much everything, but is the grass, the field grass we can sell here. But sell point is just here, and there are horses in the field, or in the pasture just there. So we go to the map. So we did all this, we come round the bottom there, up there past all of these, past the mill. We're now here at the Equestrian Farm. If we click on that little plot there, buy that for 23,000. We get the horse trigger come up. You have 8 out of 12 horses here, with fairly standard feed triggers. It's not anything overly complicated here. They're in there. So that's horses. That's what we had so far. Pigs, but we didn't have any in there. Cows we had. Chickens we had. Horses. Whoops. Coming on. We've got a little bit of roadworks coming up. It gets a little bit narrow around here, so be aware of that if you're hauling larger vehicles, longer vehicles. Debris crusher just there. And we're going to take this little turn into the right and head right out to the north coast, to the harbour. And this is what I was saying at the start. This is the part of the verges, the periphery of the map, that's quite expensive to buy. But when you get up there, you'll see it's a huge expanse of open concrete and stuff. So for production chains and things, if you wanted to add more stuff in up here, I mean, to be fair, the map's pretty flat everywhere. I mean, you can buy plots and fields and stuff and put your production chains wherever you want. But I thought if you want to go for more of a kind of industrial feel and make the harbour not more relevant, that's the wrong word, but there's just the harbour sell point up here. That's all that's up here. So I think to put more sell points and production chains up here. Oh, thread the needle. Right. I am looking to see if there's anything else to purchase up here. I don't think there is. But the harbour sell point is just tucked away under here. Now we're going to head down and follow the map around. It's really strange. I find this on maps occasionally. I mean, this one, like I say, it is a little bit dark in the darker areas anyway. But you get patches on a map where when you're driving along, it seems to be very dark. All of a sudden, it seems to go very dark. And then you'll drive a little bit further and it seems to brighten up again. It's odd. It's not a cloud thing, and it's not because there's stuff in the way. You just seem to have these patches on maps. It's not just this one. I found it in quite a few maps, actually. Anyway. I will show you when we get to Lorsen where we are and where we've been, as I always do. Okay, so heading towards Lorsen. The main farm we started at is just down there. Returning just here. With our livestock market. Animal dealer point just there. Just stop there. We've got grape processing unit. You can't get into the main town square. The roads kind of lead into the middle, but then you've got these planters. I suppose if you've got a narrow track, you get through the gap there. But to stop people driving into the town square or village square. Grape processing unit, I'll check, but raisins and grape juice, fairly straightforward. And then we've got the tailors over here. Wardrobe. And it makes clothes. So both of those just here. We continue out to the main road. We've got the cafe. Now the cafe is a hybrid of dairy and bakery, I think. I'll just stop there. So bread and cakes, that's your bakery side of things. Butter, cheese and chocolate is your dairy. Now if it was going to be anywhere, I thought it would be here because milk comes in. So I thought if you brought soybean here as well, it would make soy, well, I mean not soy milk but soy drink, but it's not showing there either. I did also, we've got another gas station just here, and behind that we've got electric recharging points around the back if you're using electric vehicles. And then a little bit further along, just here, we've got the biomass heating plant. Now normally that's just a sell point, but in this case, I mean it is technically a sell point, but we've got production here. If we buy that, we bring our wood chips or straw here, and that produces heat, and that will then be sold as heat. So you've got your production, but it's doing solid fertilizer as well. So you put your items in, you're going to get a certain amount of heat, which is what the biogas plant sells, and you're heating the island, and then you've got a bit of solid fertilizer being produced as well, which is a handy little thing to have on top of it. And then around this side we've got the spinnery, which again fairly standard, wool and cotton, with the fabric being produced there. So back to the map. We were at the horses there, debris crusher, we drove all up there to the harbour, all the way back down, came across there, livestock market, Tailor and Grape processing unit, cafe, gas station, biomass heating plant, and spinnery. So I did off camera as well grab or jump into the build mode and went across everything here to see if there was a building or a plot of land or something that I should have purchased. I couldn't see anything down there either. So if you carry on north up this road, you go through the flood protection. There's one here, and actually there wasn't one up here, was there? What did I drive through and not notice? And we'll go through that one there, and there's a little jetty with some boats and stuff up there, but there's no sell point or anything up that end. So I'm going to head out straight across this crossroads. Towards the causeway, northwest of the map. Windmill on our left hand side. This is another, in essence, another grain mill, but it does extra crop types here. So if we buy that, wheat, barley, oat and sorghum, which is standard, corn flour, sunflower flour, canola flour, soybean flour. So quite a few different, it's just flour coming out. Again, nothing else on top of that. There's pretty much everything you can be turned into flour on there. Through the flood protection and across the causeway. So the one thing we're missing so far, animal-wise, is sheep. But have no fear. Oh, the other thing I didn't show you under build mode was greenhouses. There's Lorsen, the Lort has put in a couple of greenhouses, a small and a large. We've only got one, which is the small, and there's something to be aware of with that. We have got a dog here as well. There's a dog kennel, but come up to this area here, and on the map what is showing, so we've gone past the windmill and we're now all the way up there. It's showing there as a small greenhouse, which is just here. Now you need to purchase this greenhouse. You can hear sheep bleating. That's because we've got an entire farm here now. You need to buy that plot for all the rest of the triggers to come up. Even when you've bought the plot, you still don't own the greenhouse. You've got to buy that separately as a production chain. So if we buy that, you'll see now we've got triggers for sheep, chickens, cows. We've got silo. We've got the hay storage. And we've got a liquid manure tank. We've also got a sleep trigger just here. Let's do that. No. Oh, fill bulb. There we go. Where is the dog? It's going to come running back from somewhere in a minute, isn't it? Peculiar. So yeah, we can buy the small greenhouse. And that'll do your regular things, tomatoes, lettuce and strawberries. We've got a large barn building to our right. Just there. Through here we've got our sheep. Inside this little sheep barn, we do start with 10 out of 25. Now these are here on all three game modes. Hidden slots-ish, I guess. There's a lot of decorative objects around this farm as well, but as I said with the other farm, I'm going to show you those couple of pictures in a moment. Once you've purchased this, you can sell the animals and you can sell everything here. You can get rid of the buildings, the greenhouse, the sleep trigger, the lamp posts, all the decorative objects, the manhole covers, everything. And interestingly, even though I've just bought this plot here, it allowed me to remove the fencing all the way around that field and all the way around that field as well. So the fencing could all be removed as well. Anyway, so sheep are in there. Jet wash. Silage clamp, modern hayloft, farmer 800 silo, 800,000 litres, standard crop types, bit of shed space just over there, cow barn. I don't think we had any cows in it, but we'll double check that. Chickens just here, 183 out of 360. There are 3 roosters and 180 chickens in there. Then we've got the liquid manure tank around the back. This is another one. There's no manure heap here. So if you are going to be putting cows in here, the same as the other one with the cows and the pigs, you're going to need to put a manure heap in. But this will do 80, wasn't it? Yeah. We haven't got any in there, but we'll do 80. And it's a standard feed in this side, milk out of that side, slurry out of the other end. Bedding goes in along there as well. And then we've got our slurry tank just here. So quite a lot going on. But that's it. As I said, I've gone round and I haven't found anywhere to produce soy milk. Not sure. It's a bit of a weird one. I come back to here. Oh, it doesn't matter where I come back to actually now. I'm going to show you a picture of this one first. So it'll be the build mode view. If you sell everything and get everything. Now what I didn't do, which I normally do, the slot count I said is 1,383 on all 3 game modes. Normally when I sell everything, I jot down what I got the slot count down to. I forgot to jot that down, but it's lower than that. It's around the 1,000 mark, which is pretty good. But this farm area up here in the northwest will look like this. And the main farm area where we were originally will look like this. So that's the map. That's Lorsen by the Lort. If we come back up to here. So we're up there. Yeah, we've been around, we started there, went in the loop all the way around that, did all of that, up to the harbour, did all of that, all out there. Yeah. That's Lorsen by the Lort. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.